I mean, New York's a beautiful place. I'm gonna get me wrong, but it's colder than it's palm trees and beaches. Obviously a little bit more appealing. But no, all jokes aside, I think that players, when that time comes, will have to make the best decision for them and their families. I try not to think about it too much. If he wants to call me for advice later as a friend, I'll be more than happy to give it to him.
Welcome back to Bryant Park. We're at the Celsius restaurant here in New York City. We're live on the road for Super Bowl week. You hear Kobe Bryant maybe hinting to the fact that Carmelo Anthony should come to LA. However, Yahoo Sports is reporting that Chicago is more of a possibility for Carmelo Anthony than LA. We welcome our New York native guest, friend of the show, Fabulous. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So we're obviously going to talk about Carmelo Anthony, New York Knicks. You hear Kobe saying come to LA, then hear reports that he should be in Chicago. Where do you see Melo next year?
I think Melo should stay in New York, man, and stick it out here with a team, and they can build around Melo and try to figure some things out. New York has money, they have opportunity, and I think New York is a good place for Melo. For his game, for where he's from, and I think the city loves him as well.
But Melo wants to win. Can the Knicks win?
I mean, I think any team can win if you put them in the right, if you put the right players in the situation and the organization. But the Knicks haven't done that, thus far. So that's why everybody has that question.
Nate Smith.
Good seeing you, my man. Happy to have you on the show. Let me break this down for everybody. First of all, I don't want Melo to leave, but I do believe the Knicks should move him. Because if you're an unrestricted free agent, which he will become this summer once he opts out of his contract and he's free to go elsewhere, then if you're the Knicks, you're putting yourself in a position where they can leave you for nothing.
Right.
Like Dwight Howard did LA, like LeBron did Cleveland. It happens. Where do you go from there if you're the New York Knicks? It's like starting all over. That's a problem.
Right.
I don't want Melo to leave. I want him to stay. But because he's non-committal about whether or not he will stay, that's the problem. Now, all of these rumors about Chicago, let's put it in perspective. You're going to hear a lot more. You're going to hear about Chicago. You're going to hear, Thibodeau even possibly leaving Chicago. He's under contract for 2 years in Chicago. I can't imagine Jerry Reinsdorf and those boys.
Are you buying Chicago as a viable possibility?
It's a viable possibility, but things have to happen. They'd have to amnesty Carlos Boozer and get rid of Mike Dunleavy Jr. along with a couple of other guys just to have enough space to bring Melo. And plus, you're still hoping that Derrick Rose will come back healthy, and you're hoping that the relationship between Thibodeau and the front office organization, remember they let go of his man Ron Adams.
Yep.
But as somebody told me this morning, if Thibodeau was willing to leave Chicago, wouldn't he have left when they made him get rid of his boy Ron Adams, the assistant coach? If he was going to leave, he would have left them, and he didn't leave. So since he's locked up for the next 2 years, you got to look at something and ask yourself, is it viable? Here's the thing that could lead to Melo ultimately staying in New York. New York can not only give him 30+ million more, but if he wants to win, you also want to go to a place where you want to go to, a large market, things of that nature. LA don't look like it's going to win anytime soon, even if Kobe does come back. Look at how you got to do it. You got to fire the coach, Mike D'Antoni. You got to look for a new coach to come there. You got to work for Jim Buss, which is a circus in and of itself. So that's problematic. If you're Melo, it may be best for you to stay in New York. My point is, I don't know if anybody can be trusted to want to stay with the Knicks because the New York Knicks are dysfunctional. When you make money, and you can make money, but when all you are is about making money and you're not about winning, and you ain't had a championship in 40+ years, all right, that's a problem. And it's a problem that they have shown no ability to fix. And that's where we are right now. So it's 50-50 what Melo is going to do. I'm still hearing LA as a possibility. I don't summarily dismiss Chicago, even though it's always possible, because I don't want to disrespect those reports. But that's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing LA. I've been hearing LA. We'll see what happens.
I'm with Fab on this one. I think Melo should stay.
So do I.
Not for 30 million reasons, but he belongs here. Is this not the greatest basketball stage still in America? I know there's no championships, but Madison Square Garden, I think he would miss it. I think, and I'm not just saying that for the crowd. Kobe said something interesting to the New York media yesterday. He said sometimes, and he went through a drought in LA, sometimes if you're the go-to guy in the franchise, you have to learn to go kick down the door of management and make things happen. Kobe said, I kicked the door down. He indicated Carmelo has not kicked the door down, even though Carmelo gets pretty much what he wants here, right? But not in personnel, not in players. So if there's a player or a direction he wants to go, he has to say my way or I'm on the highway.
Well, see,
right?
but that's what I've been begging for.
Okay.
That's why Carmelo and the crew and everybody walk around a little bit of attitude. I don't give 2 cents about that. I'm a Knicks fan. I want them to succeed. But the point is, you got to kick the door in. But it ain't just about personnel. It's about those who make personnel decisions. You've got to mandate that the billionaire owner who knows how to make money on Wall Street also puts you and surrounds you with the requisite leadership necessary to wheel and deal and make things happen, so you have the confidence that you're going to have the personnel around you that you need to succeed. Melo is not being paid max dollars just to go out there and drop 62 once every blue moon. He's not being paid max dollars to average 25. He's being paid that money because he's the face of the franchise, and he needs to act like it by kicking the door in to mandate and be man enough to go like this. I need some help.
Yeah.
I need some help.